And we're live. Morning thoughts, morning thoughts, morning thoughts. Shout out to the people going out to work this morning. Shout out to the people coming in from work this morning. Extra special big up shout out to the people who work multiple jobs. I have the utmost respect for you. Shout out to my entrepreneurs, my stay-at-home moms and pops, my retirees. Shout out to the drivers, the Uber driver, the Lyft driver, the truck driver, the taxi driver, the food delivery drivers, round town and long distance truck drivers. Shout out to military personnel. Shout out to law enforcement personnel. Shout out to medical field personnel. Shout out to every person who was up this morning and out to get it. Shout out to every single clean hearted, good hearted person who wants good for others as much as you want good for yourself. You're a good person. Shout out to you. Here we are on this beautiful Friday morning. It's the end of the week as we head into the weekend. And this is where we say, it's the freaking weekend, baby! Clap it up, clap it up, clap it up, clap it up. We made it. We made it through another week. All right. A lot to give thanks for. You made it through this week again. You're healthy. You're strong. You're up. Even if you might not be as rich as you want to be financially and all this other stuff, you might not have the six pack that you want on your belly because you have a lot of fat and roly poly. You might not have the body you want. You might not be in the kind of house you want to be in, but you're alive, right? And you're healthy and you're not in anybody's hospital and you're not getting signed up for the morgue or funerals. Plans aren't being made for you. So it's something to give thanks for. It's a lot to give thanks for, especially for those of us who have children and all your children are healthy and strong. A lot to give thanks for, right? All right. Shout out to St. Jude. That's my favorite charity. St. Jude, my favorite charity in the U.S. to give to. Um, I know a couple of you here also give to St. Jude. If you don't know, St. Jude is one of those places that you hope you never need. You hope you never need. I tell people this all the time. In the field of occupational therapy, I was able to experience a couple of different fields or a couple of different parts of it. You can go into geriatric, you can go into go work in a hospital in acute care, or you can go into pediatrics where you work with children. And I tried the working with children stuff because I'm a person that I just love being around children and I love their energy, right? And I feel like I want to protect them too. I'm pretty sure I'm the kind of person that would play hero and probably die it came to it if it came to saving children. I'm like that much into children because they really are our future, right? They're the world, the youth. They are humanity's future. So, anyways, I tried it and I was so burnt out. I was so burnt out because I gave my all when I was there every day. And then when I came home, I didn't have anything to give to my own children. But one thing I did take with me was every day I went there, when I came home, I was so grateful to look at children all day and work with children all day that just they weren't developing, meeting their milestones development wise, or they had ailments or issues that they were either, it was congenital, they were born that way. And, we're trying to come up with some compensatory methods for them to be able to maximize their independence and all this. And I'm thinking my children needed none of this, right? So it makes you look at life in a different way. Just the same as when I'm working in the geriatric field, older people, I normally work in long-term care facilities, and older patients, they make me look at life as well. Like if I live this long, this is where I might end up. And you listen to them, you ask them questions, you learn from them and all that. But for the children. So, anyways, man, not to start off all sad and morbid or anything, but it's Friday. But we have a lot to be thankful for, right? Just making that point. We have a lot to be thankful for. I do donate to them too, says Julie Tapper. Yes, I'm going to shout out some people in a minute. Just let me tell you what's on the board first. And this morning we have Khancie Jackson's killer gets a life sentence. So we're going to follow up on the story. When I tell people, hit that subscribe button, but please also hit the bell next to the subscribe button so you're notified every time a update is done to one of these stories that we follow. Sometimes these stories we follow takes years. And once we start to follow it here on this channel, no matter if it's years, if we're around, we always bring the update and the new whatever information is put out concerning the case. So Khancie Jackson's case, we're going to talk about it. It's at the final stage, and we'll talk about that today. But I will also, again, use this as an opportunity to compare it to the Vybz Kartel's case and sentencing and the disparity between the sentences. What sentence was given to this man, Mr. Fowler, versus what sentence was given to Vybz Kartel. And I mean, you can see now more than ever the agenda, right? When that was just to get rid of a person kind of thing. You have the Minister of National Security, Dr. Horace Chang. I just want to send him a message this morning, like how I sent a message to the Prime Minister, Right Honorable Andrew Holness, a few mornings ago. So Dr. Horace Chang just did a big speech where he said, the hunt is on. Okay. And I have a few choice words after we go through all he said. Dancehall, music, entertainment, Spice, the queen of dancehall, Spice. She is set to drop a all-female riddim. And I'm going to talk about that because I spoke about this years ago. I was like, I wish somebody would. And she said she's going to do it. All right. There's some warnings here and some information I think you need to know about, especially the women who are here, about your perms and your relaxers and Tylenol. Your perms, your relaxers, and Tylenol. Yeah. And that should wrap it up for us this morning. Donnelly Donaldson's update on the whole Donnelly. See, I told y'all this, man. I said, listen, keep saying her name, Donnelly Donaldson. People are going to forget pretty soon because once it's not hot stuff anymore, people just turn the page, move on to the next thing. You know, very few people now say justice for Donnelly or remember Donnelly or say her name, Donnelly Donaldson. People, believe it or not, are starting to forget. So some people are asking, SouFLo, what happened to that case? Because I don't see anything happening on it. Well, I have an update for you on that as well, and that will take us out of here for the morning. With that said, in the meantime, let me big up at least the first 10 people. It just makes me feel good. And then we get on with the morning. All right. Asserin Odetta, first one in this morning. Big yourself and thank you for being here, family. Seymour, right there. Great goodies. Thank you for being here. Asserin Odetta says from England. You're not normally in England. I guess she's on a vacation, traveling. Is you did say you're going on vacation? You're going to England on vacation? I said I hope to be in those parts sometime soon. I'm just kind of nervous to travel all the way to the UK. For all my UK people, I've told this story 1,000 times. I'm guessing you know it by now. I'm scared to travel there. The only reason I'm scared to travel, and I've been telling wifey too, I said, yo, we need to go somewhere. I want to go to Canada and I want to go to England. There's a project that I was working on, though, that's not finished, that I wanted to go with the project, right? So it'd be like signing stuff and greeting people and turning into a whole affair instead of just going just to go. But maybe we just go just to go. But Canada is on the list. Canada is driving distance. It'll take a couple of days from where I live, but it's within driving distance of the US. And England is a whole nother story, right? Overstayed my welcome there when I was pretty young and almost got deported to Jamaica on my way back into the US. And they had stamped a stamp in my passport barring me from re-entering the UK for a number of years or quite a period of time. So that period of time has passed. I've become a totally different person. It's been many years now. You know, back then I never owned nothing. I didn't own anything. I wasn't, because they usually ask you when you're coming back in. If I was to go back in, they will ask you, so like, what do you do for a living in the US? They'll probably even ask to see like your bank account. They'll probably even ask what assets do you own in the US. They're trying to establish that you overstayed your welcome by a lot. the last time you were here, even though it was a long time ago. So we want to see if you have enough established where you're coming from, where you wouldn't be tempted to run off here. I was young and wild, and I just wanted to see the world. Plus, I got a lot of family in the UK as well, and I wasn't really caring about immigration stuff. But now I'm on a different passport because I wasn't even a American citizen back then. I have a American passport now that I can travel on. And I don't know if they still will be able to pull it up in the system and see it. So I'm just kind of like, I don't want to go that far and get to Gatwick or Heathrow and they're like, we're sorry, you'll be denied entry today, and we're gonna have to put you on the next thing smoking back to the US. It's a long flight. It's a long flight. So that's the only reason I haven't really. I'm like, if but I don't know. If somebody could guarantee me, like, come on, man, it won't be a problem. Get your ticket, come on over. I would be there in a heartbeat. I would be there in a heartbeat. I know things have changed since the last time I was there a lot, but I miss that place. I miss the vibes. I miss the people. English people, British people, especially in London. I found London to be very homey and my kind of place with my kind of people in it. But all over, really. See, I'm in Essex on vacation. Essex. See, things must have really changed because when I was there, Essex was what Essex. If you told a girl that she was from Essex, or if you said she's from Essex, they used to call those girls slags. I don't know if they still use that word. I've been out the loop for many years now, but the slags came from Essex. Yeah, the one night standers came from Essex. The girls from Essex were known to be loose. I don't know if it's the same thing. Anyhow, enjoy your stay in Essex and go out and see the place and catch the vibes and these kind of things, and then share with us when you come back, right? Crystal G says, "Tell them you're a big man now." Yeah, man, I'm way big man now. This is 6 children later and a bunch of different stuff later and decades later. So hey, Asor and Odetta said, "Be see more great goodies. Big up yourself." Kai Tai Jai Empress is in the building. BM is here. Audrey Wright says, "Morning, fam, present teacher." Wayne sexy. Sharon Spence is in the building this morning. Lady J for being here. Kaz Robinson, I appreciate you. Thanks for being here. Rosalind Smichael, thanks for being here. I appreciate you. Rochelle Morgan, I appreciate you. Thanks for being here. Dion Ricketts, thanks for being here. I went to school in Jamaica with somebody named Dion Ricketts. I hope it is. I don't know. Maybe. Dion Ricketts, if you ever went to Knox Prep, Knox College, no, don't know. Julie Tapper, big up yourself. Thank you for being here. Candle Flame 101. Dorothy T is in the building. Devin Gale is in the building this morning. Big up yourself, family. BM is here this morning. Says it's the freaking weekend, and we are here one more weekend giving thanks. Yes, Crystal G. Karen Notice, Julie Tapper, D-Mac. D-Mac, big up yourself. Grand Rising. Thanks for being here. Donna Davis is in the building. Stacey Ann Williams is here this morning. Mr. Article Dunn is in the building this morning. Marilyn Grant's with us. Cinnamon Toast Cinnamon, thank you for being here this morning as well. Lauren Lawrence. Onika St. John Jones is here. Asserin Odetta says she is in Essex in the UK on vacation. Thank you for sharing with us. I hope you have a wonderful vacation. You could have did carry me with you still. Me fall up good. You could have popped me in one of your suitcase them or something. Maybe them wouldn't find me and them would have let me in. LA, thank you for being here. Andrea Sherivis, thank you for being here this morning. Oh, Dion Ricketts says, "No, dear." All right, it's not you. Is it me alone? Is it you alone or what? LEA is asking, is it me alone? Oh, buffering. LEA says I'm buffering. Rochelle Morgan says you're not going to have any issues. You have the great blue passport now. Well, my passport, it blew them time there, but it just said Jamaica on it. I guess it wasn't that blue passport that they wanted. All right. I came out and came back in. It's better. Yeah, it was really bad. Okay. I don't know. I think it was only you. You're late, SouFLo. Yes, I'm late. Stella Gray, Passmore. You know what? Yesterday, I made up my mind I was going to come on yesterday. Then I said no, because the day before I did a morning thoughts live and then I posted a video after. And the video after did way more better than the morning thoughts live. So I figured I had some important information to give to you yesterday concerning immigration updates. The SB 1718 that passed in Florida, making it now a very hostile environment for anybody, any migrant who is not straight on the paperwork. Yeah, you don't want to come anywhere near Florida right now. Not even your family member, if you listen to the video. So I thought that was pretty important for our community, just to pass it out there. I wasn't promoting illegal entry into the US or illegal immigration stuff. I was just saying that's information that's valuable to us, right? To our community. So I wanted to pass that out. And that's why I didn't come on. I just let it, I wanted it and it alone to be the focus of the day for yesterday. Karen Notice, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. No, the US Blue. Audrey Wright says, no, it's not just you, Ellie. Okay, so somebody else says I'm buffering. Sarah Caliente says I'm buffering too. Ellie A is telling y'all to come out, go out, and come back in. That's what she did, and it's better. All right, this is why I'll stay in New York City. Karen Notice says, why you stay in New York City? Boy, enough Jamaica restaurant. I got tank SMH. Shaking my head. Yeah, oh, cause them work. Yeah, the people them will cook the food good and work back there. So yeah, you have some restaurant here and some Jamaican restaurant. No call no name still, but you know people not too good. And these things are, so I've heard. And yeah, they're gonna have to be running now. You know, since the video is out and it did more than 24 hours on already, I can go into that a little bit. They're going to, y'all know what human trafficking, y'all know the human trafficking laws are pretty stiff, right? They've incorporated that into it somehow. So if Uncle Junior is here with us in Florida and we want to drive to, say, New York to go see Auntie Joan, because Auntie Joan is getting married, but Uncle Junior is here illegally. Once we cross out of Florida into Georgia, if they pull us over and for any reason they say, hey, your vehicle, and they could make up a reason. Your vehicle matches a description from so-and-so. Driver license registration, you're going to give that car, you good, you're straight, right? When them said the vehicle, the call we got described a person like the individual that's sitting there in your back seat or in your passenger seat. Driver's license and registration, or could we have his ID or whatever, please? We're trying to verify, make sure that it's not the same person, blah blah blah, or he resembles Kunta Kinte, who's wanted in Georgia. So can I have your driver's license registration? We'll verify it's not you. If it's not, we'll send you on your way. They'll make it seem pretty nice and lovely. When it comes down to it, and it turns out that Uncle Junior is actually an illegal alien who you are driving in your vehicle going to New York, but you just crossed out of Florida into Georgia, which you would have to do in order to go that way anyways, you are now eligible to be charged under the human trafficking laws. So they're also making it impossible or hard for family members to help and be around their own family members. So what's that going to boil down to now? It's going to boil down to people basically saying, listen, I came here a long time ago. Me walk out my soul case for every little thing when me have. Me no want jeopardize it because me I try help you. So as much as me want to help you, you can't stay around you. So that's what the goal is, okay? And it's working. Kaita Jai Empress says, Happy Cinco de Mayo. Everybody is celebrating tonight. Y'all know I don't care. Spanish people do. Mexican people be cutting up on Cinco de Mayo, right? But yeah, they're making it like that. Not making it. It is like that now. It's the SB 1718, along with other things. You can go look it up or go listen to the video in details. In the middle of the video, I get into the specifics of who will be affected and how you will be affected by that. Michelle Howell says Kunta Kinte just dead. I saw Ganja Friday, King Bigs, or relax time. Exit and come back in. You was, but I went out and came back in. Okay, they're still working out that. This is why I'll stay in. Oh, she's talking about the SB 1718. This is why I'll stay in New York. Yeah, New York is seen as a sanctuary city, somewhere where undocumented people can find refuge until they work their paperwork stuff out. So was Florida. Florida was seen as that as well. That not anymore. Not anymore at all. People are on the run now. They're on the move, right? All right. Let's get into our topic. My issue was that a politician that was an immigrant going along with the law. Cinnamon Toast Cinnamon did yes. At the end of it, listen, I swear, man, I don't know. We practice this stuff like we load up our own gun and point it at our own foot and just shoot our own foot off. We do it all the time. There's a Haitian immigrant that's he is somebody that you can say made it to America, he made it to America and he made the best of his whatever came his way, his opportunities. So now he is somebody that is among the elite or among the who's of who's, right? This guy is speaking out. You have to listen to the video, and it's almost at the end because he gives a speech about illegal immigration. And now, shout out to my African American brothers and sisters. There are some of them that stand with us, Caribbean. They're Caribbean brothers and sisters, but then there are others who say, "Nah, stay your ass in Jamaica and stay your ass in Haiti. Y'all coming over here, taking up all the jobs, all the benefits and stuff." Listen, we don't get no damn benefits. We gotta hide and work if we're illegal here, right? And we gotta run from place to place to try not to get caught. Soon as your mind get paranoid, yo, ice might think ice no spot me there, you know. Ross, me have to go move. You're on the move to state, house to home, wherever you could, it's a rough life. So notion that they come here, take up all the benefits and all that, it's not true. Maybe they do that for European immigrants who are given refugee status, but not for us. Anyhow, and another angle that they argue is that we come take up all the jobs. Listen, the illegal immigrants that I have throughout my lifetime, not now, in the past, known, they took up the jobs that nobody else wanted to take. And that's why employers were able to employ them, pay them under the table, and abuse them at the same time, right? Because they couldn't look at somebody who was born here, a born citizen, or even one of us who had naturalized citizenship and be like, oh, you're getting paid $4 an hour for this. And you're like, boy, slow money better than no money. Me take it here, because it's the only thing available to me. You can't look at me and tell me that, because I'm arguing with you on what the legal minimum wage is. You're going to have to at least pay me at the legal minimum wage, right? So they're able to abuse them backdoor style. Some of them get raped, some molested. They get threatened all the time. I know your status, I know you're not good in this country. You better be happy I gave you this job. You keep acting up, I'm going to call ICE on you, have them come take your ass over to a detention center and deport your ass back to Haiti or deport your ass back to Jamaica. And the people are scared, right? So now this person knows my status. And if I leave, they might be vindictive and send them people to where I'm staying at. So now I not only have to leave the job because I'm being abused, but I have to leave where I live at. It was hard for me to get that place to live at in the first place. I have no documentation, kind of thing. So they're under a lot of pressure, right? Shout out to my African American brothers and sisters again. But this Haitian brother, no, he said, my family came here legally and theirs should too. So if you came here illegally, then you do not need to be here, right? So he's all for the bill, the SB 1718. He's all behind it and everything that Ron DeSantis has put in it and passed. He went ahead further to say, and this is so divisive, right? He went ahead further to say, yeah, those Democrats, I hope they have the same energy when defending Americans, born Americans, as if they don't. I hope they have the same energy when they're defending Americans and African Americans, something like that. And I'm like, damn, he makes it hard. He makes it hard, but hey, he's where he needs to be in life. He is doing it. And at the end of the video, I said, now, mind you, again, I am not promoting illegal immigration. I'm just saying. So at the end of the video, when I heard his little speech, I said, I bet you money somebody in his family came here illegally first, got themselves straight, then was able to send for him and others, right? And that's how he got here. But all he cares about is my family came here straight. I came here straight, so everybody else should too. Stop breaking the damn law. This is a conversation we could have all day. All right. But I mean, on one hand, you have to be realistic. The US cannot just open its doors and just let every friggin' body in, because even the people in other countries who are like, F the US, I'll never want to go there. As soon as they get a pass to come, they right in this mother. So there'll be a whole lot of people here. And I mean, let's be for real. If you're Jamaican, you wouldn't want Jamaica to open its gates and all of Haiti is fleeing from persecution, ends up in Jamaica. I mean, as bad as it sounds, we don't want to empty out Haiti and have all Haitians in Jamaica. So you got to look at it with the same lens. That's why I'm saying I'm not promoting illegal immigration. I'm just putting information out, but I do have an opinion. YouTube blocked my speech again. LOL. Oh man, he's a sellout in every friggin' way. He's a sellout. If I'm an immigrant, I would just stay shut, keep my mouth shut. Okay. The funny thing is, all the people behind this bill, they're immigrants and seeds of immigrants too. So it's like immigrants trying to hold others from coming in. But your people came in the same way. They came in, they closed the door. They're like, nobody else is allowed to come in, which I find quite ironic. I find that quite weird. LA says we come legally and overstay. That different legal issue. Well, this is how they put it, LEA. Whether you snuck in the door and undocumented or you came legally and overstayed, once you overstayed, you no longer had right to be here, just like the person who snuck in the door with no documentation. So you become that same person charged under the same laws, right? They don't have any laws that says if you snuck in the door, you get 10 years. But if you overstayed, it's a little less. You're just considered an illegal immigrant because you no longer have legal right to be here. So nobody look at others who snuck in the door because you came this way and they came that way at some point. Once you don't have the proper paperwork, once you can't proudly say, here's my driver's license and my registration. Yes, I'm eligible to vote, blah, blah, blah. All the legal stuff. Once you can't do all that and you got to hide and duck, you're illegal. Once you're illegal, you're just illegal. Nobody cares how you came. I find it funny to see these immigrants fighting other immigrants to not be here, though, right? It's like they came across and found something good, and then they're like, I don't want to share this. Stay your ass over there. Stay your ass over there. I don't want to share this. Mean. The immigration forms literally ask if your port of entry, so it's coming legal. I know Key West Beach we're coming from. Yeah, doesn't matter after you become illegal, though. After you become illegal, it doesn't matter. They all immigrants except for the native Indians, Erica Sr. Exactly. What Khanice said? We're all fighting over what? Captured land. That's what reggae singer Khanice said. Go listen to the Capture Land song. We're all fighting over captured land. Yeah. So I don't know. I won't even go into all that this morning. See, because that's gonna take a whole nother hour. So how about the application that is approved, but you're told no visa is available yet. Well, you better stay your behind right where you at if it's not Florida. And if it's Florida, you better stay low key because this man looked like he's about to drag some people. Oh, and he got approved $12 million to invest in the program I was telling you about, where he will be rolling out the buses. First, they'll be finding them and housing them, heap them up till we got enough for a bus ride yet. Now we need 2 more. All right, we should have them by Friday, right? Okay, Friday is here. We got the 2. Boom, fill the bus. Yeah, we're sending them to where? We're sending them to a blue state. They don't even know where they're sending them. Y'all heard me? Oh no, go look up the S. Go listen to the video, man. They're sending them. They don't even care where they send them. This is now a political thing. Red state against blue state. They say that the blue state represents Democratic Party. The Democratic Party seems like they are easygoing and they love illegal immigrants and they cater to them. So every time they come to a red state, and all the other governors in the red states are starting to link up and start to do the same thing. This is not made up. It was done. Abbott from out of Texas did the same thing that DeSantis did. They're good friends. They cool like that. They get the buses, right? They fill them up and they send their ass off to a blue state, wherever the blue state is, they choose to send them this time. So you can very well find yourself on a bus heading to a blue state, don't know what blue state you're ending up in. It's funny, I was driving from Florida to Georgia. I was heading into Fort Benning, Georgia, and there was a big old sign. As soon as somewhere into hitting Georgia there's a big old Confederate flag first, and then it's just waving in the wind, and I'm driving past it. I'm like, hey, I don't even pay no mind anymore. But then there's this big old sign that is put at eye level that says, we are a red state. Make no mistake about it. And let no one tell you lies. We are as red as, it says, I can't remember. It says something about we are as red as a poodle schnoodle, or some funny thing about it's something it says about a poodle something, some part, whatever. But yeah, so red state, blue state, whatever, well, however that goes, you'll end up in one of those. It's getting serious out here. I just thought I'd pass the information on. Audrey Wright says, "Me not believe him a go put all the 12 million in a dot. In a pocket about 10 of it." Well, you know how politics go, my friend, right? You know how politics goes, especially if nobody is watching the money. But I don't know. I don't know. They don't love them. They have compassion, and those jerks don't have any, which is pretty much the argument. The argument is being compassionate, because he's now suggesting this. I think it was under the Obama administration, something was put in place where children, your parents ran away with you from God knows where. You don't know that because you're so little when they snuck you in, right? Now you're growing up here thinking, I'm good, I'm illegal. You don't have to go get any jobs. You don't have to present any paperwork anywhere, ID, anything. This is us growing up, right? So you're growing up thinking you're an American. Okay, it comes time to start applying for college. You're about to leave high school. This is where a lot of them were finding out that they were not legal in the US. So under that, something was put in place to where they would, well, DACA was one, but there's something else that has to do with funding for further education. Like they wouldn't qualify for Pell Grant, and they wouldn't qualify for like any kind of funding. And they created something where they would, if they could prove that they had been attending the same high school for at least 3 years, and lived in the same area, etc., etc. Anyways, that's on the books now. Right after they passed the SB 1718, that's what they went after next. So that is what's on the books now, to be repealed. To be repealed. So yeah, you're going to have a lot of people who can't go any further once they find out their status that they never knew about because they came as children. I don't know. I don't see that as productive. But I mean, hey, it's politics, right? It's politics. Nowadays, you say too much about politics, they in your house. They at your front door. They trailing you down the street. Um, I'll give y'all a funny story. I'll never forget when I was hitting them politics or political videos really hard. Me and wifey went out one day and we got cut off by a vehicle, a dark tinted blue Jeep, older model Jeep. Couldn't see in the vehicle. And I'm looking at the vehicle and I'm like, this tint is illegal in Florida. Anyways, he did a bad drive. So I said, you know what? Let me get out the way. So I made a turn and park right in front of a store just to stop, to let this person go, because I don't want to be into anything with anybody. And instead of going, the person comes back and pulls up right next to me. And they just sit there, right? Now, I'm already locked and loaded. I'm putting the window down. I got the muzzle right at the window because my mind is working a million miles an hour. I'm thinking, I said to her, I said, if that window comes down, lean back. Because if that window comes down, I'm firing. If I see a muzzle or anything, I'm firing, because it was just a weird interaction. And they put the window down a little bit like this. They put it back up. They put it down, put it back up. They stayed there. They watched. And the whole time I'm like this. And I'm waiting. And they watch and they watch. And then they reverse, drive away. I thought they were gone. So I look around. I don't see them. I say, okay, time to go home. So we reverse and we keep going. They appear behind us again. So now I'm back in the same position again at the window. And I don't know if they saw it this time or whatever, but they cut off and went took a light that way, and I went straight. And I was shaken up for a while. So whether it was coincidental, and I don't think anything is coincidental, but whether it was coincidental or it was just one of those things, or it has to do with, you got to be careful out here. You got to be careful out here. There's people who set stuff on social media and their front door is kicked in and people are standing in their living room, kind of thing. So I don't get too much into certain things. I just pass information along, and I save most of my hardcore opinions for my inside of my house, kind of thing. Michelle Howell says, or when they misbehave and get caught up in the system. Yeah, or then that's when they notice that, or that's when they find out that they're not legal here, right? And people don't want to go back home. Beam me up, Scotty. The other day, I see a picture, not a picture, a video of out of this is in Jamaica, out of embassy. Boy, if you see out of embassy in Jamaica, you would think a mass exodus is happening. People cuss me enough, my own Jamaican people. Move on, go on like foreign or heaven. Nobody no want go on no foreign. That ain't what the numbers say. And that video I saw with them do out of embassy, I've never seen that many people lined up to leave Jamaica. Which tells me that, boy, the people them just want to get out, right? Boy, King Big says, wishing nothing but protection to you, brethren. Thank you, fam. That don't sound like coincidence. That's stalking. Yeah, it was really weird, Vicky. And I had wifey with me. She could vouch for it. It was a really scary thing. It's a really scary thing. Anytime you have to pull your weapon and you're deciding that, hey, the next move is firing, it's a really scary thing. Especially having someone with you. She with me by myself, I could do all kinds of stuff. Her in the passenger seat, they're on her side. Yeah, you start thinking all kinds of stuff, right? So, but I'm not gonna give any more power to that thought. Let's move along, because we don't move scared out here. We just move wise. I don't know how Andrew people now report that to him about the amount of people that's trying to leave, right? No, Andrew come out and say there's a lot of foreigners that are getting citizenship in Jamaica. He celebrates that. But him not talk about the amount of Jamaican them that's trying to escape, who's running to Panama and all these other countries so they can go from there into Mexico and then risk their life through Mexico to come into the US. He ain't talking about that, but that's a lot of them that are doing it. He ain't talking about how them line up in the hundreds out at the embassy every day and they're trying to get up out of here. He's not talking about that. He's talking about the foreigners that are gaining Jamaican citizenship. Cinnamon Toast Cinnamon says, did you say something about Scientology? Because those are the ones that follow you. You know what's funny? I have done a video about them, but I didn't say anything. I just did based on information that was out there already. I don't know anything about them, and I didn't have any interest in getting to know anything. So it's not like something that I studied, right? Where I could come and tell the audience, like, yo, listen, I found this. I just scraped information together from different sources that has to do with them. And I did do a video. And the video is around that time. It's funny you should say that. Funny you should say that. Anyhow, Khancie Jackson's killer. I wanted to get into this one. No. Before we do all that, let's get into something more serious real quick. Just to let y'all know, right? Ladies, I know some of you love your perm. You love your weave, your wig, your all that. I love it too. If you love it, I love it more. I did a video a long time ago where I said I can't stand a weave. Man, them black women killed me. I got so much hate from saying, I said, I can't stand a weave. And the reason I can't stand it is because it's in everything. I go in my bathtub, it's there. I pick up a brush in the bathroom, it's in the brush. It's just in everywhere. Sometimes I go to eat something and I'm pulling this damn strand of weave out my food. That's how I did the video, right? Woo. I think my niece was around at the time. Not think, I know. My niece was around at the time, and she was wearing weave and lots of it, and young teenager, and her, when she was doing her hair, like balls of hair were just rolling through my house like tumbleweed, and they'll end up in one room here and one room there, and I kept finding them because I'm sweeping out the house, right? So I was like, you know what? Give me my damn camera. I grabbed my camera. I was like, you see this right here? You see this stuff? I hate. This is why I can't stand weave. This is why, because it's everywhere. It's in everything. Well, I had Sisters United. That should have been the name of the movement, Sisters United. Because Sisters United came for me, boy. They came for me. So this information that I'm giving you today, and look, I don't care if you like it. I love it. Throughout history, you've always had elaborate hairstyles. As a matter of fact, if you go back and look, right, you've always worn pieces and all that. My gripe was that you started hating yourself so much in new times that you started wearing that more than showing your actual hair. And in the process, some people will wear it, protection, whatever, cover my real stuff, assimilation into the workforce. They say if you're fried, dyed, and laid to the side, you're easy to get along with. If you have an afro or you are not permed, then you're going to be a permanent problem. So these are things that are said. So our sisters are trying to survive out there. So she's like, oh, well, here we go. I'm gonna have to fry, dye, and lay it to the side, or I'm gonna have to perm it. Papa, your remote's on your bed as soon as you go in the room, okay? All right. My son was sleeping in here the whole time. He just came up under daddy, and there's a bed in here. Anyhow, yeah. So this piece of information I'm giving you is for the sisters who stuck to the perm. You've been using the perm for quite some time, and you can't stop. I know some of you are very addicted to it. I'm a black man. I grew up around black women. I know some black women that as soon as it looks like it's about to come out, she's gonna go get that stuff permed out again, right? Um, in October of 2022, researchers published findings in the Journal of the National Cancer Institute. Now, you don't get to just publish anything in the Journal of the National Cancer Institute, right? It has to be peer reviewed, scientific evidence found, and it has to be significant. Okay. October of 2022 was just a few months ago. All of you were busy with the holiday season coming around and all that, so you didn't pay attention to this type of news. But it was published then in the National Cancer Institute, which warned that the ingredients that are in chemical hair relaxers, perms, may cause uterine cancer, finding that the rate of uterine cancer was nearly 3 times greater among women who frequently permed their hair or used these relaxer chemicals compared to women who did not. Right? Okay, that was that. Fast forward now to this month. We're in May. Fast forward now to May, and if you go to aboutlawsuits.com, there is a lawsuit out that you can be a part of. You know, one of those quiet commercials? They do the big commercial in the daytime. Have your hair nice and bouncy and easy to manage. And you know, you see the girl running with the hair nice and bouncy and easy to manage. Would you not like to have your hair like this? Look at Jessica. And Jessica flashes the hair, and you're like, I want that kind of hair. Cause my hair hard for comb through. And you perm out, perm out, perm out. And then years later, you hear in a quiet late night commercial, if you or any one of your family members have contracted uterine cancer from using this product, Maybelline. What are the name? Stay Free or Stay So Free or whatever the names were. Please contact this number. Well, that's where they're at now. So there's a lawsuit that is out there that you can probably be a part of if you've come down with not just uterine cancer, but any other kind of cancer, and you've been a long-term perm user. So it started with a Florida woman filing a product liability suit alleging that she developed uterine cancer from hair relaxer chemicals in perm products like Soft and Beautiful. That's one on the list. TCB Naturals is on the list as well. Optimum is on the list. Dark and Lovely is on the list. And Organic Root Stimulator Olive Oil Relaxer is also on the list, right? She gave the amount of time she's been using it for, and she was able to prove that throughout that time she used it consistently, and now she has uterine cancer, right? So now there's a class action lawsuit that is being put together for some kind of compensation to be given to the victims. Google, I'm not going to go too far for you this morning, but Google the information about how to get to be a part of this lawsuit. There's certain things that you have to do or you have to be able to prove. Once you're able to do that, then you too can be added to this lawsuit. The payout is expected to be anywhere from $200,000 to $500,000. It says that also it could be significantly more depending on the severity of and how much information one is able to present that's solid. So y'all been perming for a long time. Y'all been enjoying your perm for a long time. And now they're doing the quiet late night stuff that we laugh about. If you or any of your family members have contracted uterine cancer after using the product, please call 1-800 Get Your Life Right or 1-800-854-3261. Be a part of this class action lawsuit. Now they're doing that, right? I was perming my hair from I was 12. I stopped 2 years ago, Karen Notice says. Michelle Howell says, wow. Onika St. John Jones says, my dermatologist put an end to my perm days, but I still keep my hair straight. I'm guessing you do the hot comb. You know what my granny them used to do. Them poor gal there when the hot comb bun them in a them neck back, boy. And you see, shall we put like a Vaseline on it, bun off our neck back. If you have erectile dysfunction from using perm, because you know all the pimps were permed out back in the day. You had men that had jerry curls for years. I don't see any men wearing jerry curls anymore. Quite a few, but not too many. And if you see any man wearing jerry curls today, he's probably a real old school, a real old school cat. Yeah. Jerry curl used to wet up everything. Some of them used to walk with a towel around their neck just so they can, and they flash that stuff and it just wet you up. They sit on your couch and leave a big old watermark on it. That's probably why our grandparents used to leave the plastic on the couch. Because your damn uncle's coming over here later and they swear they superfly. All that drippy, drippy juice. Yo, Cinnamon Toast Cinnamon says, I saw a man with a man wig. We got that now. We got, hey, be fair. Be fair. Y'all wearing wigs, we wearing wigs too. They doing ab edging now. Y'all doing BBLs, you know, suck the fat out the belly. They got it for men now too. And it's way cheaper. So, hey, message to the brothers out there, you know, the belly got a little big. You lazy, you can't do some running and stuff and get it down. They have it and it's cheap. I looked it up. It's pretty cheap. It's like $2,500. It's between $2,500 and like $4,000, right? And it's called ab etching. So they will sculpt your abs in your stomach and suck the fat out the right way, so that when you take your shirt off, you have your packs showing. Man, I ain't even going to the gym no more. But you know, the rest of your body is gonna have to match that, because you can't have two orangutan titties and a damn six-pack and some bony ass arms. You're gonna have to still work out. You know, you get to cheat halfway, but you can't cheat the whole way. Your titties touching your abs. You're a dude. Yeah, I just ain't working out the chest lately. I'm gonna get to the chest. They're gonna be able to tell. Just like you hear women saying the legs don't match when other women get their butt done, and they're like, that's not real, because our leg them maga and our butt should look like, you know, apple sit on the back of our ants. She don't look right. Well, it's the same thing for us. We ain't gonna look right neither. The other thing is, and no, I'm not getting it. I don't need it, and I'm not getting it. If my belly get big, they're just gonna have to deal with big belly till big belly gets small. But I'm not doing it. I'm afraid of these late night commercials. I just don't want to be a part of any of those. See, if you are any of the males in your family have developed this, that, and the other from doing ab etching procedures, please call this number 1-800, get your life back. Nah, I'm good. I'm gonna keep my belly just the way it is. Work it off if I feel the need to, firm up if I feel the need to, but me don't need nobody I suck out no fat from here, put it there, and all these other things. Yeah. There's another one. Tylenol. Tylenol has been trusted for a long time. Hey, I gotta laugh because I call it the baby daddy starter kit. Okay, Cinnamon Toast Cinnamon just said she saw a man with a man wig, and I call it the baby daddy starter kit. I do, because you know I seen the man go in the barbershop and he looks about a good 70. A good 70. A healthy 70-year-old. That's what he looks like. 70. His birthday was yesterday. He turned 70 yesterday when he walked in that barbershop. And when the man walked out of the barbershop, friend, yeah, he looked like the age where a woman would say, yeah, that's a zaddy. That's a grown man. You know, he like 40 something. He got all his stuff together, and he looked like he ready for family. And that somebody granddaddy, he been had family and all that. He raised children. They're gone. You know, he on his third divorce type stuff. You looking at him like he new and fresh. That hairpiece does wonders. And the thing about ours is we could swim in it. So ladies, if you're going to be anywhere in Florida for the Memorial Day weekend, taking part in these festivities, don't be like that group of girls that came down here. I think it was a friend group of 6 that came here, and all 6 of them got pregnant. Yeah, because it gets pretty wild here, you know. And you grow, and I'm not trying to tell you what to do with your body parts or anything like that. I'm just saying that I don't know. That kind of tells me what they were doing too, loose. But anyhow, if you're not into grandpas, then watch out for the check the head. Check the head. It's gonna be hard for you to tell. You remember we used to say check the neck, check the head. It's gonna be hard for you to tell though, because we could go swimming with ours. You could chuck off head first. Y'all can't go swimming with your week. Y'all be like, nah, I'm going out to the water up to like here. That's it. 2 splash from the beach, and you're like, I gotta go back. I got you not diving in the pool. The chlorine's gonna mess up my dew. She just don't want to frig up that weave. But ours is different. We dive in. He could wash it in front of you, you know, blow dry it, style it back, comb it back. You're like, yeah, it's his hair. He good. And it's not. If you take that thing off, his hairline starts around where his ears are, the back of his ears. That's how far back this man was peeled. If he was to salute at the headline, he had to salute like back here. Yeah. Thing was way back here. But hey, y'all cheating, we cheating, everybody cheating. When everybody go home and take off all their stuff and we look at each other, oh boy. We both look at each other like, Jesus Christ. You don't even look half like what you were looking like earlier. I missed that Jefferson haircut. The only thing is it wasn't a haircut. That's just the man just been here for a while, you know. Some man go bald, some don't. And ladies, stop fronting and talking about, oh yeah, he going bald. Y'all be going bald too. I see y'all all the time. I walk around the grocery store. I observe people. I see y'all thinning at the top too. You know, you going bald too. It's a human condition. I'm starting to think it's not really a man condition. It's a human condition. The older you get, the more your hair gets thinner, right? Right. You ever seen them young dreadlocks versus an older dread? Them older dreads, their dread be looking like it's hanging off their dreads be looking like it's hanging off of 2 strands of thread, boy. you be looking like you feel sorry for that one dreadlock right there in the back. You're like, you just want to help him and just pop it off. I put this in your pocket, Rasta. You're gonna lose it down the road. Here, put the whole on this before you lose it. You know, he's thinning at the top. Girl, I don't want no man that's thinning at the top. Well, you're thinning at the top too, ma'am. You know, we're both thinning at the top. Or like a Beanie Man. Beanie Man made sure he gathered up all the others and used it to form a kata. Anybody come from country I used to carry water upon them head, you know what a kata is. Let me close it. Roots and culture, my friend. Roots and culture. Watch it. See the kata here. You don't know if you make kata, you make your kata so. You take a shirt, look up your kata so, roll it up so, and then you twist it so. Right? You make your kata. You place the kata on your head top, and then you put your bucket on top of the kata so the bucket doesn't hurt your head. And this is how you carry your water upon your head top. See it? Beanie Man just gather up all them dreadlocks and reel it up in a kata and put it right up here. So him look like him have a hairline. If Breeze ever lift up that blouse and Woo! Hey, big up to Buju Banton, legendary, but Buju one is going too. I don't know if y'all didn't see that. Y'all still gonna say he's sexy. Every other man that got long dreadlocks and none in the middle, y'all are no wicked, no hypocrite. Long dreadlocks, none in the middle. Y'all gonna be out there talking about ill. Why don't you just cut it off? Just get a haircut, guy. Let it go. Okay? Let it go. You had the dreads for many years. We liked it, but you got a big old, it's gone. It's leaving you. Let it go. Put it to rest. Get a haircut. It don't look good. But Buju but you can peel out till the whole eye, so till the Mr. Jefferson, and he got 2 strands hanging down the side. They still gonna be like, oh, he's so sexy. It's just something about him that Gargamel. Yo, hear me no man. Me love my car, me love my bike, me love my money and thing. But most of all, me love my browning. Me not stop crying for all black woman. Yes, sir. Wee! You call that a wad? Y'all call it a wad, Lady J? And you can say John Jones, I'm going through the thinning here now. Yeah, them women be thinning at the top too. They be over there cussing, man. I don't want no man with no thinning. You don't see his hair thinning at the top, girl. He gonna be bald soon. Well, you too. You gonna be bald soon too. So we can be bald together. Jeez. Why you gotta act like this is just a man's thing? Hey, Tylenol. Tylenol is on the list. There's a lawsuit, a class action lawsuit that is out there now against Tylenol that claims that the drug company was negligent because they failed to warn consumers or doctors about the risk of using Tylenol during pregnancy. The earliest handful of acetaminophen ADHD lawsuits was filed around 2021. Again, you know, science is linking this to that, perm to cancer, Tylenol to ADHD in children, especially for the moms who took Tylenol repeatedly while you were pregnant. So go look up that lawsuit as well. If any of you out here have children and your child was born around that time and your child has any ADHD deficit, then you might be able to be a part of this class action lawsuit as well, right? Just putting it out there. So you got 2 to look for: the Perm Relaxer stuff and the Tylenol. All right, very important information. Wait, Carrie Notice says, I saw a lady the other day and her head middle was gone and she had braids and it looked abnormal. See, now it's time for a wig. Now it's time for a wig. Hey, them old people don't play, boy. They, my girl, y'all, on the new, on the treat for the wig nice. My grandmother generation, them used to just take out the wig, flash them. They didn't even style the wig. It's wherever they shake it, whatever it ends up looking like, that's how they put that. That's how they put the wig on, and them gone at church just like that. And the way but we never know no different, right? So the wig, sometimes the wig catch like this, and then next Sunday the wig look like that, and it be the same wig, and and they never styled it. They never styled it, and the wig just looked tired. The wig looked tired. It looked like ratness. Y'all laugh after man enough too, so we can laugh after owner sometimes too. Yeah, boy, my granny generation with their wig was something else. Thank God for y'all generation, because y'all put that wig on today. Today they have lace front, this skin toner match that. Lord fire, when you see a girl with her wig and it well put on today, you can't even tell. You're like, man, she have a whole heap of hair. She have nice hair to her hair long, right? She have whole heap of hair. The dolly them dress up and come out. When the dolly they strip down, my friend. Anyhow, I don't want to say too much this morning. Wig game advanced now. Yeah, the wig game advanced. And it was just in time for the men to come out with theirs. See, we weren't ready. Because we learned our lesson early on. Stop. Back in the day, they had a toupee, right? That's what men used to wear, toupee. One little piece of hair, and it was able to cover the middle like this, but you could tell because the toupee used to be blonde, and it was mostly worn by white men because they didn't make the black people stuff. So he'll catch it right there, and as like a breeze blows so and it just lift up, jerk with the wind, and come back down. All of us used to look at each other and be like, Mr. Hayden's wearing a toupee. This man that used to teach in my high school in Miami, he pioneered the toupee, and his toupee used to just be talking. That used to be like, all when windy days come, and he'll let it fly up, it'll flap up, and be flying like this, and by the time him reach inside that building, it just drop down and he left it anyway too. Just like how my granny them used to leave them wig catch anyway. So we know, we were like, nah, I'm not joining that yet. We're gonna wait till them advance and come up with something else. So we've been watching the women over the years. And what we noticed over the years was that you got better at it. So we wait. We wait and wait and wait until you got to the lace front, get past the lace front to where you are now with this advanced technology where we can't even tell when you wearing it, right? So then we decided, okay, it's time for us to make ours. And then we went one step further and made ours to where you could swim in it, you could cut it real low. You just can't grow back. You have to go get a new one. You could do all kinds of stuff in it. So he could be out there doing his thing. Just don't pull it. Don't pull it because it's glued on to a bald head. Yeah, you're gonna pull off scalp. Cinnamon says I used to wear micro braids a long time ago and I took it out. And my hubby said, "What happened to your hair?" He said, "My hair is longer than yours." I bet he was shocked as hell too when you took them things out. Why you cut off all your hair? Oh man, now I got more hair than you. He didn't know that wasn't yours, right? Oh, Julie 10% like we laugh at us at our supervisor at work. SouFLo, I went another tea this morning. Put it in there again next show, cause you kill me today. All right. Me here to come off of them jokey topic here and go up on these serious topics. I'm trying to keep the serious ones to a minimum. We're almost done enough. It's 8:54. On the lucky side, Miss Shakira, she is not going to the gym this morning because we have an event to attend later on tonight. But Wifey did a video yesterday on her channel, by the way. Wifey did a video on her channel yesterday. By the way, to the people who are like, why you need 2 channels on YouTube? We're not greedy and all that. When one don't show me love, I could depend on the other one. The video I put up yesterday on my other channel, which is Hot Topics TV or Brain Flow TV, that video did 100 and something K in less than 24 hours. So, you know, one's picking up when the other one's slack, and when the other one slack, the other one pick up. It's called juggling. From you come from our culture, you know how to juggle. You see me? Wifey did a video yesterday. It's called Sex, Sleep, and something. Let me go find it real quick because I wanted y'all to do it. I was listening to it this morning, and sleep, sex, and intimacy. Matter of fact, let me share it right now. Sleep, sex, and intimacy. Go see this now, please. And I just posted it on ours. Sleep, sex, and intimacy, where she talked about some very important things. But I like the part in the video where she says, she never says no to me. You know, she never says no to me. And I tell all the brothers out there, make sure you with a woman that actually thinks like that, that she never says no to you, right? She really never says no to no to me. I'm spoiled. I'm spoiled when it comes to pum pum. I don't get no's. I don't get no's. All when we're mad, all when we're arguing with each other, I let her know, like, listen, my front and your front not in a no malice. Yeah. My face might not like you right now, so me a bend on a screw. But you see, when my boy they're ready to go, make sure say she ready to go too, cause and we can do it and not look at each other or put the face somewhere else or whatever. But and I was watching some comedy last night, and that's the same thing the comedian said. The comedian said, "You want your marriage to last? You want your marriage to last?" He says, "Just don't stop. Do it when you're mad, angry, happy, sad. Just don't stop, because once you start to lose that connection." Chris Rock was the first one that said it. Chris Rock said once the sex left, he moved out of the bedroom, and without even noticing that he was doing it, he went from his bedroom, which was upstairs, to the guest room downstairs. Big separation between him and his wife, right? He started getting up, going to the fridge at nighttime. He just living in his own world. right? She's upstairs, she gone to bed. Connections getting the space between them is go. And then he said when it got even worse, the argument started developing because there's no intimacy anymore. He moved from the guest room out into the living room and he was sleeping on the couch. And he didn't even realize that he was now next to the front door because his next step after that was out the front door and he was at a hotel. Right? Here, Ellie about angry sex is nice, you know. Yo, I don't know. Sometimes it's just too much though. Like if you, but she said a whole bunch of other things in there that I think y'all need to hear. It wasn't just about her not, because I've told y'all that before that I don't get a no, right? I think in the 8 years we've been together, I probably got no once, maybe twice. I don't know. But she said a whole bunch of stuff that y'all need to hear, especially y'all women need to hear, right? Go watch the video and put in your 2 cents on that. Vex all you want, body and pum pum for combine. Yes, sir. Yes, King Biggs. Facts. We're not gonna mash this up because of that, right? And she talked about other things too, like y'all ladies speak up and say and all that. It's pretty interesting video. I watched it this morning. I didn't see that she posted it yesterday, else I would have shared it from yesterday. But I don't know, wife must have blocked me from our channel or something. I don't even get notifications when she posts her videos anymore. But yeah. But I don't know what to do. Carrie Ann Jones says, when me and my husband vex, me dash it out. And when we're done, me turn me back. Oh! She said, when me and my husband vex, me dash it out. Same way. When me done, me turn me back. Boy. Hey, Shakira turn her back. Me still a go feet. Turn our back, turn our front, turn side. What we gonna work something out? I'm getting to it though. I get to it. I even wake up 2 o'clock in the morning and go over the fine hour or wherever. Should they wait till the picnic them sleep, something else sleep. You know, sleep in our next room, your becks, all that. Now I'm coming to see you. See, Sentimental says, if I say no, I follow up with, but I can help you, and I help real good. Rasclat. Well, if that be the case, then if you're gonna say no, then tell say you can't help me. Then help me now. I will accept the help. I will accept the help. From your becks, just turn back way. King Biggs, from your becks, just turn back. From your becks, just turn back way. I never want to see your face from becks right now. See, but we have to deal with that something here real quick. Night nurse, only you alone can quench this your thirst. I'm hurt, my love. Hi. Oi, sir. YouTube doesn't send it. Big up for that last comment. How that? Oh, Munchie. It don't look like we're going to get to talk about anything. I forgot to change up the title of this video and all these things. Hi, mommy. I've got to change up the video title and all these things. So, let's start out with Spice to drop all-female dancehall riddim. Spice has announced that she will be producing an all-female riddim, and it was met with approval by, most of the female artists in the industry. The funny thing is this. Switch topic. The funny thing is this. I actually... Baby out here? Uh-huh. Oh, okay. I think she'll be walking by herself. No, sir. Okay, you good? Mm-hmm. Where are you? I was listening to your video and try to find something to it. Okay. All right. Yeah, we're there, sir. So, okay. So, dancehall has long been dominated by male artists, of course. We're going to fly through these real quick. We're going to fly through them here real quick. Dancehall has always been dominated by male artists. However, Michelle Howell... However, with Spice's all-female rhythm, the genre perhaps may see a shift in landscape. Pampete is already looking forward to being on the rhythm. Big up Pampete, bad artist. And I know if nor but Pampete says, me, I go dep on it. I mean, but she and Spice are close, right? So she has said that. But other names have been calling. Pampute was also selected by Nicki Minaj to be on the Fine Nine remix of Skeng's Little Miss. Little Miss sounds just like a gully bop, cadence, flow type of thing. But however, anyway, it was a big deal because it was Nicki Minaj, right? And the song went international. Lisa Mercedes, Dovey Magnum, Spice, all of them gonna be on it. And Spice is basically saying just send your info or your contacts or whatever and get the rhythm. But I'm hoping that because I've said this since like 2017. I said I want to see an all female concert, get an all female album collaboration, and see an all female concert. Because I've been to many dancehall shows where it was just bare man. And I started as I grew older, I'm thinking to myself, like, we don't have any women that could do music. Why am I at a show where it's all men? You know? Brain freeze. Why am I at a show where it's all men? So where are the women? Right? So all the women should get together and do, and it would be something that's empowering. It would be empowering to even the girls that are watching them and that are idolizing them, you know, show some level of unity. Maka Diamond, Shensia, yeah, man. But I even laid out how it would be done because I said if I had the money to do it, cause you know it, I gotta take money because these people yesterday prices and today's prices, right? Some of them they command big money now because them stock gone up. So how I would do it, I would do a show, and the show would show from the early part of dancehall, or you can make it a dancehall reggae combination and go from the early part, come right up to who is on the throne now, which is Spice. So Spice would have closed the show for the night. She would be the ultimate for the night. That me I get to. That's what I'm getting to, Kaitai Jai Empress. That's what me I get to. Spice would be the closer for the night. We would go there, we go say, who can we think of from way back? No call me name, no rumor, show me enough respect. How would he sing that? No call me name, no spread no rumor, show me enough respect. Not true me living at the ghetto, show me enough respect. Lady G. So we have from Lady G, Lady Ann, back, and all them ladies there come all the way up from way back when we'd have put Patra on it, you know. Murder me rot, I mean I take back my chat. Shuffle the deck, me and the queen in the park. Remember Patra when Patra was running the place. Look how me cute and sexy. Yeah, Patra, we'll go way back from before them too, before that. And then present it that way all the way up. Yo, that concert would sell off, you know. That concert would sell off. I think though, inner turmoil and malice and all these things are gonna make it be a friends combination. Because you know she not putting nobody on there that she not friends with. So it's gonna be a friends combination. It's gonna end up being Spice and Friends. It's not gonna be just ladies of dancehall or ladies of Sister Charmaine. Sister Charmaine is the one that passed. Hi, my sugar. Hi, my sugar. Look, mommy, look. You right there. Say hi, everybody. Say I'm beautiful. You know, say you're beautiful. Say I'm beautiful. And daddy's princess. She looking at herself like this. Sad face. Happy face. Angry face. I love you, mommy. You want to stay with me? You want to stay with me? You like my glasses?
I want glasses.
You want my glasses? Okay, here. Daddy almost finished, okay?
I want my hat.
You know you can't get this hat. You gotta get another hat. Look. Show them your glasses.
She's unstripping you.
Yeah, she had to take off all of my things. She want me hat, she want me glasses, she want me shirt. See, I'm here to add a different dimension to this show this morning. Right? Lick your lips, mommy. Why your lip them dry so?
I don't want to drink water.
Can I have my glasses back?
Okay.
Okay, you want to get daddy? Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
You want to go with mommy so I can finish this up?
Yes.
Yes? Yeah. Daddy soon come, okay? All right. Miss soon come.
Come. Come, mommy.
All right. When she's stepping out of the room, you know, my friend, it's a different vibe. You know, you kind of like have to give in to her kind of thing. Yeah. She growing up fast and looking like mommy. Dorothy T says she's growing up fast and looking like you, babe. I mean, I like that.
Come, mommy.
I like that.
Come.
Not the growing up fast part, me don't like, and the looking like mommy part, me don't like either. She's supposed to be looking like me. Ellie says she cute, bad. All right. Her angry face is so cute. She still look happy. Yeah, she's like, with a big old smile. I said that to her because last night they were watching something. Their mom put the TV on. So we put the TV on, learning stuff for them, so they don't just sit around and watch foolishness, right? Not to brag, but Kai reads. Like, Kai's been reading since he was 2. And now Kai really reads, right? Like, he'll read my material at his age, and he's 4. And she's coming along the same route. So I caught the video last night where they were like, happy face, sad face, angry face. And that's why I did it, and she remembers. Erica Sr., have a blessed weekend, family. We soon cut out of here, too. All right? She's a real daddy's girl, and I'm happy for that. All right, so back to the spice thing now. Reggae dancehall artist Tanya Stevens gave her thumbs up for the approval. Big up Tanya Stevens. So Tanya Stevens gave her approval. Tanya want to be on the rhythm too. Tanya said, well, you know, send the rhythm come to my WhatsApp. Because you know Tanya gonna mash it up. Right? But like I was saying before, I hope Spice don't let it be a Spice and Friends rhythm. Because if you're really gonna honor dancehall, honor the genre, and do something that you know is gonna be around for generations to come, then put the artists them pan it, even the ones that you probably don't have such. And sometimes we have to step out and be the bigger person, right? Like, you know, me and you don't really agree, and we don't really see eye to eye, and we probably never even used to have nice things to say about each other. But we're working on this project, and we would like for you to be a part of the project because this bigger than all of we. So that's my message to them. I hope they do it like that. I'm put all up on it too. But I will close off that segment by saying this. I see people pushing this war between Tarlup and Spice, right? Spice Figueroa clash, all these other things. Nothing wrong. Nothing is wrong with Tarlup going at Spice, because that's how the game goes. Dancehall is a very competitive space. Don't think you're going to just own that crown and own that throne and just sit there comfortable. There's always new talent coming, right? And the music is always changing. It's a revolutionary kind of music. It's always changing up. And Tarlup thinks she has what it takes. So it's up to Spice to show her that she don't have what it takes. This is one of my reasons why I love Vybz Kartel as an artist, I like Vybz Kartel as a businessman more than anything else because he's a shrewd businessman. But as an artist, when Vybz Kartel say he's the king, right? He doesn't spare anybody. All contenders are welcome, and the whole of them get a beating. So with and he proves that okay, hey, hands off, back off. You are who you say you are, right? I guess Talop is just testing Spice to see if she can hold it, but right now Spice stock has gone up so much. You know, she's on mainstream television in the US. She has so many different things going on, like her wig line, her hairline. She have clothing line, Gracie Newer line, and her clothing line just branched out big. I did a whole video covering that, but you know, for people them love when them hear nothing nice about people. Them like here fighting and mix up, so not a lot of people tuned in, but enough did because over 10,000 saw it. Her clothing line actually branched off into a line where you can pretty much get anything. Say if you're going on vacation, right? I think that's what it was geared towards. So them have all the baby changing table that's collapsible and foldable, where you can fold it out, change your baby there. So if the baby fall asleep, you put the baby in it. Them have different outfits. One to go out in the evening, this one, that one. So it's not just a tracksuit looking thing anymore. It's a real full clothing line. And she's just diversifying herself in so many ways. I think and she just stays dropping music too, with videos that are undeniably good and songs that are undeniably good and well put together. So I mean, I think now they look at it like this. I've built this platform and you're trying to access it. So if I start calling your name, Spice hasn't answered her. Spice now make no song, hey, dirty girl, tall up, suck out this, that, and she's not doing none of that because she's not trying to give her access to that world. And she now really has a key to the door. So if she starts calling her name, making songs about her, all that's gonna do is raise Talop status. You see it? The Talop I figure just keep on doing what she doing, I guess, or just stay making good music. But if she's gonna do a dancehall rhythm, a all-female rhythm, I would love to see Talop on it too. The Clash thing, it ain't gonna happen. And let me say this while closing that segment off. I don't think Talop can take Spice in our clash. Spice been doing this for a long time. And Mrs. Spice get on the stage and off the top of her head came up with something. I remember Don, is it Don Andre? Don Andre had a hit that was huge in the UK first. Tom Cruise. Something about Tom Cruise and a dance that went with it. And then he came to Jamaica with it and it was going off, right? The man stepped on the stage with Spice and it was the last time we saw him. So, and ever since then, he put videos up on YouTube. They barely get any views. He's not like she write him off standing right in front of him. And you could tell she built that on spot because she used everything that was around her to do it. That's kind of like Ninja Man qualities. That's what made Ninja Man dangerous on the stage. You know, Ninja could step on the stage and then we just use every and anything around him and build lyrics on the go. You got to be real good to do that. I don't think Talop can handle Spice like that anyways. But people want to see the excitement. So they're like, come on, man, for the sake of dancehall, give it to it. Big up to Cargo and big up to Iactane. They gave us a good run the other day, but the woman them thing we are talking about. And I hope Cargo and Iactane continue to go at it. People are saying they should, them slow down, them stop. Nah. That's the same way. That's the same way not Ninja Man. Beanie Man and Bounty Killer used to go at it. They would go at it and then they would stop and go do singles and tour and all this and come back and fight again. We get more songs and then go do and then come back again and we'll get more songs and we'll do, you know, there's no way they can consistently war and just put out beer war song all year. They still have to eat. They still have to do cater to their audience that don't care for these war songs. They just want to hear Cargo sing. Them just want to hear Octane sing on DJ kind of thing. So Spice can chop. Spice bad. Spice bad. And they know that. They know that. Karen notices I'm only doing twist out now and I'm loving the look. Tall up sound really good, but she's not ready for spice. Sky Joy Empress says. See that? She's not ready for spice, man. She sound good though, but I don't think she's ready for spice. You know them say young bud no storm? Yeah, I think Spice is the storm and Tall up are the young bud. She not ready. But you can't tell her that though. She's full of confidence, which is how you are when you're young, right? And revving to go. You're full of confidence till you go in there and get knocked down. Then you're like, damn, okay, I learned. I'm here for a Spice on Shensia 100. Ross, that would be something to see. A Spice versus a Shensia would be something to see. Yeah. Me know Pampute out there probably I say, so you know, call my name and me a bad DJ. I'll probably even throw Pampute in there too. But a Spice and Shensia, me that pay for see that. Because Shensia bad with it. And Spice is bad with it. That's a pair up. That's a pair up. But big up to all the women in our music, in our musical genre. You know, respect to all of them same way. I mean, I really choose side when it comes to the women them. I listen to all of them. I support all of them. And I always wanted to see all of them get as much as what the men are getting. Because enough thing them go through, you know, behind the scenes. If you hear some of them talk, right? Macadam did a talk out the other day and these things. You have to be strong in that. Because you know how few man them stay ready, right? All right. Let's move on to this now. The Jamaica Constabulary Force has put together special team investigators led by Superintendent to go after the masterminds behind the recent attack on security guards at automated teller machines, ATMs. Two things. One, they kept on attacking these vehicles that were transporting money. And I said that if they keep doing this, all this is going to do is lead to a cashless society quicker in Jamaica and lead to a society where people don't shop outside anymore. You know, it'll give rise to people shopping from their homes. That's what killed the mall situation in the US between people shooting out in public places, and things just became more accessible online. People don't have to worry about how much rent I got to pay per month to keep my store open. You know, I could literally ship everything, just warehouse it and ship orders all day. And shipping is cheap now and all that. But the Minister of National Security, 10 days late and $1 short, Dr. Horace Chang, says that this is one of the several immediate measures that are being implemented to stop the spate of attacks that have left one security guard dead and a number of others nursing gunshot wounds, and more than $30 million in the hands of the criminals. He has put together a special team to handle just that. I don't need to go too far into this. Me just want to say this to him. Sir, Minister of National Security, let me fix my hat, my glasses. Dr. Horace Chang, sir. Look now, first of all, I didn't think you're qualified for the job. And I realized that Andrew put you in there, the Right Honorable Andrew Holness placed you in there because you and him are bench and batty, you know, a good buddy, you know, are friends, right? But you don't qualify for the job, sir. Because Minister of National Security, if you look at Jamaica's national security situation, it just tells you don't qualify for the job. You're doing absolutely nothing. This is the same Minister of National Security that told the Jamaican people to get ready for more police deaths or more police murders as we go after criminals. That's not what I want to hear if I'm a police officer. I saw one of the security guard them out there yesterday. Them put up a video. First of all, they're not traveling in up armored vehicle. He's holding like a 9mm like this. He's holding a 9mm like this, like it's a rifle, standing next to the vehicle while the money is being transported. Now, mind you, the last video I showed you before that, the security guard ran and threw a shotgun in the air behind him and ran because the guys that came, they came with Bushmasters AR-15 rifles, right? And you give me a damn 9mm and I'm supposed to stand there and do like this For what? Trying to kill me. You're trying to kill me. Another thing I want to say to you, sir, is this. Minister of National Security, sir. Do you really have Jamaica's best interest at heart? Because I know say you're a Chinaman, you know. I've been know how China people loyal. See? But I know there's a group of Chinese people that are just Jamaicans and they don't know anything about China. So my thing about you is me don't know if you are one of those or you swear more loyalty to China, cause you come out fast on the money thing. But here's my thing. There's something that's called the element of surprise that you have to learn to work with. And you have been a part of this for the longest. You have been a part of telling criminals everything you're going to do before you do it. This is how I know that you're not qualified for this. And you keep on doing it. You keep on telling them we're going to be in Mobe, Montego Bay, and we're going to set up a SOE there, and we'll start on January 1st, and by February 15th is the day we plan to leave there. And you give them all your OPSEC. And I'm like, what? You are a Minister of National Security? That's how you... So why are you out here telling everybody now that you've put together a special team of investigators just to deal with this, right? Don't say anything. Come out and show us the result. When you show us the result, then we'll say, damn, Chang do him thing enough. But the thing is, y'all barely ever get results. And I think you barely ever get results because you keep telling the criminals what you're about to do next and what you're doing next. It's just like your boss, Andrew Holness. He went and said in some big meeting, we just handed a list of names to American authorities in a meeting we had with American authorities to weed out the dons who are residing overseas and financing the gun running and gang life, drugs and killing and stuff in Jamaica. Like, why did you tell them that? Are you friend them? Yeah, try to tell them stuff and move before them come. I can't understand why you would give out such type of information, right? SD says so his friends can stay away. And I'm starting to think that's what it is, SDs, because there's no way you would do that. Two things. One, the prime minister should see that and fire your ass because there's no way. That's incompetency. There's no way you should be doing that and your boss thinks it's okay. But the fact that your boss do the same thing, I'm thinking y'all on the same team. Y'all on the team with the criminals. So do y'all really want change, sir? If you do, keep by your mouth sometimes, right? And just go through. The element of surprise works really well. All right. Me not say no more to him. Manners and respect, Mr. Chang. Come here say you're a bad man, you know. I don't want them come do nothing to me. But that's what me hear. Me hear so Mr. Chang is a bad man. And him have all heap of gunman friends and things. You don't know. You don't know. Mel, I appreciate you greatly. Thank you so much. Kaz Robinson says, how many of these security guards have been killed while guarding money? Well, over the years, it's been quite a few. But recently, they've been attacking beryllium. The name of the company is Beryllium. Beryllium is transporting millions and millions of dollars in vehicles that are not up armored. So bad man just sit them a road, cut off the road, beat gunshot upon them, take the money and go about them business. They have to come up with a better plan as well. Beryllium, the company, has to come up with a better plan. Because there ain't no way you sending me out there with this little gun like this and they coming with rifles. What am I supposed to do? I want to go home to my family too. Chang and Andrew are like Ernie and Bert. And that is how he knows his friends are a part of it, SD says. I believe so. I believe so. All right. Listen, this one is going to take kind of long. So let me give you the Donna, no, I'll save hers for last. All right. We covered Khancie Jackson. We covered her story quite extensively. We're at the end now. And her killer has been sentenced to what they call a life sentence. But here's the details to the life sentence. He got 13 years, almost a decade and a half less than Vybz Kartel got. Hey, there's a guy, Beachy Stout wife, the last one, the young wife. The guys that Beachy allegedly hired to kill her, they flipped on him. They went to court, they told. One of them that said, Your Honor, I couldn't do it because I've known her for a while and she trusted me. So I let him do it. And I instructed him how to do it. And I sat there and watched him do it and made sure it was done and described how it was done. Gruesome. The person who he told on got bail. He got far less years than Vybz Kartel. So while I'm talking about Khanice, I will interweave, or it will be interwoven into the material just to keep it at the forefront of your psyche that somebody like Vybz Kartel, there was more of an agenda to get him off the street. It wasn't so much about Lizard, or it wasn't so much about a murder case and somebody getting charged for murder and sentenced to the fullest extent of the law. That's not what it was about. It wasn't about justice for him and his case. I've seen some real gruesome murders come out of Jamaica since, and these people keep getting way less time than Kartel. Way less time than him. So following a less than 40-minute sentencing hearing on Thursday afternoon in which mechanic Robert Fowler, Dotty Boy, Nasty Man, he was sent to the prison for life for the murder of 20-year-old Khancie Jackson. Her father and her stepmother said that they too are now left to live out a life sentence of their own with no early release from this life sentence in sight. Now hear this. Shout out to Jamaica Observer. Jackson, who is a resident of Independence City in Portmore, St. Catherine, she went missing March 24th of 2021. After leaving home for her job in a corporate area where she had been employed for only 6 months, her body was found in a ditch on Dyke Road in the parish 2 days later. Shortly after that, Fowler, who was 50 years old at the time, with whom she had traveled to work at times because he would give her a ride to work. And her boyfriend used to say, stay away from him because me not like the Monday and something not right about him. And she argued with her boyfriend. I said, well, you have to go give me a good reason because I'm the one that's getting myself to and from work every day and I'm doing it safely, successfully. So you got to give me a good reason to stay away from him. And you know, I said, damn, if she had just... So in an interview with the media following the judgment that was handed down by Supreme Court Judge Justice Leighton Pusey in the Home Circuit Division of the courts in downtown Kingston, Jackson's father, Roy, and stepmother, Colette, the parents of the young lady, who fought to remain composed, they said that while they respect the court's decisions, the sentence would not compensate their loss. The now 52-year-old Fowler will be eligible to apply for parole after he has served 22 years. Vybz Kartel, under what he was sentenced, he's not allowed to apply for parole until he serves 35 years. This man is not, all he has to serve is 22, right? That's her. That's Khanice Jackson. Remember I told y'all about Donna Donaldson? And I say if you stop saying her name, she's going to go away. Something about Jamaica, right? And about how they do these sentences for these young ladies. I remember a brother, they saw him rolling the tarpaulin over to the gully. He lived across the street from the gully and he beat his woman with a hammer, wrapped her in a tarpaulin and was rolling her down the steps from his building into the street, across the street, and was trying to push it over into the gully, and somebody called out to him and he ran off. He came back a couple of days later with an attorney, turned himself in. That man got a significant less time than Vybz Kartel did. And I can name many more cases since. You know, when these young ladies get killed, I noticed in Jamaica that the sentences are always like so short. And they're out in no time. So he was given due process, but as a family, this is what her family said. He was given due process, but as a family, the pain that we feel that needs its due process, and that may take the rest of our lives to give that to ourselves. One has to understand that in these circumstances, the family gets a life sentence too. This is what her stepmom said, whose tears flowed down her face unhindered following the sentencing hearing. Roy Jackson agreed, adding that this is not something that you want to say or accept, but we are sentenced to mourn and grieve for the rest of our lives. His family, Fowler's family, they are left to mourn because within our society, they are in a new state with which they are uncomfortable. Your family member is a murderer, a kidnapper. I grieve for my daughter. I grieve for other victims in our society, especially the women. Not that the men are not equally important, but we wonder, when will it stop? We're becoming desensitized to brutality and to wickedness, and we call it by other names or whatever reason. My personal justice is my daughter lying on the Red Cross on the bed across from us, cracking up and giving us jokes. He robbed our family of that. Her mom is feeling it. Her dad is feeling it. My son is feeling it. I'm feeling it. Her stepmom's feeling it. Ask what went through his mind when he heard the sentence and her dad said, "It still cannot correct the loss. True justice can never be found for us." Now, last week, Jackson's mom, who is Eunice Chambers, who is now in the United States because she left Jamaica, told the courts in a victim impact statement that she is unable to face Fowler or Jamaica as she struggles to deal with pain of losing her only child. You know, some people lose their child and they're like, I'm getting the hell out of Jamaica and I'm never going back there. It's like if you go to Jamaica on a vacation and you get robbed and raped or something traumatic happens to you, you're probably going to cross it off your list, right? As a place, it's not somewhere you want to return to anytime soon. Now, on Thursday, the judge, in stating that Fowler could not be sentenced to less than life behind bars for the brutality of the murder, how it took place, took pains to point out that although parole was prescribed under law, Fowler, when that time comes, will have to show that he is in some way amended his ways, that he is changed, because that's what parole is about. Parole doesn't mean you get out. You could be denied parole. But I've seen in most of these cases, they're not denied parole. They come back out. In a deftly handled sentencing exercise, the judge, from a starting point, he started with 20 years to sentence a man that took a young lady who trusted him. Even her boyfriend is saying, stop riding with him. Stop going in his car. Khanice, may I tell you something wrong with him? Something about him, I just don't know. I just sense it. Well, you have to give me more than that. This young lady trusted him. She trusted him because he knew her family. He knew her for the longest. And one of those mornings, he betrayed her trust in a major way and sexually assaulted her and took her life. You know? Eventually, the judge started out with 20-year sentencing. Then he added 12 years for aggravating factors. Then he subtracted years spent behind bars already. And he subtracted something else, then add something else. And he did this, then did that. And then it turns out to be 22 years and 11 months. 22 years and 11 months. I don't call that justice. I don't call that justice at all. Fowler, in a statement that was given under caution to the police, said that on the day in question that he had picked her up, this is what the rumors that people were putting around. He told the police that the day that he picked her up on Passage Fort Drive in Portmore, he said that during the journey, him and her started arguing. And they said, "What are you arguing about?" Because a girl, when you get a ride, she's way younger than you. What were y'all arguing about, right? He said they were quarreling because he had promised to give her some money about 3 weeks ago. To give her some money for what? To buy her boyfriend birthday gifts. That's what he told the police in a caution statement. He claimed that I couldn't give her the money because things did slow at the shop for me and I wasn't making a lot of money. So 3 weeks later, I couldn't give her the money. She was acting up. So I parked the car, jump over the seat from the front to the back and start strangling her. And I strangled her until foam started coming out her mouth. This is what he told the police. So for the people who are saying they were in a relationship and did a hide behind her boyfriend back and him used to give her money and all that, I don't really know no man that's gonna give no girl money to go buy gifts for her real man and all that. I think his alibi was so, you could listen to it and tell it wasn't well thought out. It was oh damn, I got caught. I gotta come up with something real quick. And he came up with that. Or an attorney advised him to say that, because if they could prove that there's some kind of feelings involved and he was betrayed in some way, then the sentence would be much different, right? Stash said that was her boobs. I don't think so, Stash. He said he then drove the vehicle with her body to Forum Fishing Village, where he bound the hands in an abandoned building. That same evening, he went back for the body, placed the body in his vehicle to Dyke Road, where he left it in the ditch. The following morning, he took her bag to the market in Crossroads, St. Andrew, where he emptied the contents into a garbage can. But that's not so. They found her belongings, including her bag and stuff, at his house. It was inside of his house. They got a search warrant. They went in, they searched, they found it. And the judge said a bag of other things. I want to say rest in peace now to Khancie Jackson. Finally, some justice was served, but for some reason, some part of me don't feel like no justice did this. So I'm not even going to say that. It's funny how Khanice looks similar to Donna Lee Donaldson. For those of you who've been wanting to know, this more like she didn't want him body and she said no and him strangle her for her response. Exactly, Kaz. Exactly. He's probably been, you know that man, you're like, you want the girl, right? But you know she gonna say, Mr. Fowler, you serious? You bring sex talk to me? You know something could have be your granddaughter. Worse if she not find you attractive. Because she don't come from no poor family. She don't come from no family where she can't afford the things that she needs. She's doing pretty well in life herself, right? So it wasn't about some poor girl that needed this and needed that, and he was fulfilling her needs. I think he had his eyes on her for a long time. And eventually, when him bring the talk to her now, like him want some, she rebuffed his advance. And that's how he took it. Because there's no, me, I get this, me no business. Where you want to say me, I take this. Some kind of urge overcame him, and he went all the way in to where it was rape and murder. But to see at 22 years him get though, I want to give Vybz Kartel 35 years before eligible for parole. Yo, anyhow, the last one for the morning. For the people who've been asking, SouFLo, how come we don't see nothing with the Donnelly Donaldson case and stuff? Well, this is what's going on. So here is Donnelly again, just so y'all know who we're talking about, right? That is her. Donnelly Donaldson is the young lady who was a social media influencer. And because she has a platform, when her stuff happened, a lot of people came out. A lot of people came out in the streets. And it was because of those, a lot of people, to include her family and friends, why it even got any recognition in the first place. This case got close to being swept all the way under the rug because a police officer was involved. An active police officer was involved. So we followed it all the way up to this point. We still don't know where her body is. I'm still saying when Noel moved that couch from the apartment, that Donnelly was in that couch. It's funny because last night me and wifey was watching Better Call Saul, and when they killed that man in the apartment, them put him in the fridge, and they moved the fridge out the apartment just in case any cameras were around the apartment complex and saw them moving stuff. They would say, oh, the fridge broke down and we moved the fridge out and got a new fridge in. Right? He dropped the couch off at the car wash. The person at the car wash asked him, yo, what happened to the couch? Because so much blood coming out of the couch. And he was saying, oh, the blood smelled raw and there was so much of it. And he just said, oh, I'm cousin or something cut him hand or something. And he told him that, yo, well, it must be dead. The fight for justice for Donnelly Donaldson, the social media influencer who was allegedly killed by her boyfriend Noel Maitland, was delayed after the prosecution shared that they received new documents a day before their last plea hearing. Maitland appeared in court. The last appearance was February 9th of this year. He appeared in court then for a plea and case management hearing. Plea and case management hearing. He's charged with murder of Donnelly Donaldson and preventing the lawful burial of a corpse, which is another charge because he's not telling where the body is. More on them remember how many years them give Kartel when it's time to sentence Noel Maitland. Because the judge in Vybz Kartel's case said the same thing. He said if him did just plead guilty and tell us where the body is so the family can have some closure, the sentence would have been way reduced. Kartel probably would have been out of prison already. But Kartel and Sean Storm and the rest of them says, okay, me understand that, but I'm not pleading guilty to something I didn't do, so we're going to fight this. All right. Let's see if the same deal is on the table for Noel, because him not going to tell. Anyhow he tell, he will have to disclose how he did her. So presiding judge, Justice Vinette Graham Allen, has given a date. All the documents to be handed over so both parties could move forward, prepare their case properly, and move forward back to her. Since there was no sufficient time given for the documents to be reviewed, Graham Allen, which is the judge, said that the matter will be delayed until June 12th of 2023. So for those of you who are following the Donnelly Donaldson's case, June 12th, today is May 5th. June 12th of 2023, they will be before the courts again. His bail has been denied repeatedly. He is sitting behind bars still. But the next time they meet, it is supposed to be going over this paperwork and about a plea and case management. Plea. Just to let you know, the opportunity to plea is on the table for him still. So that's where we're at with the Now and Maitland Donnelly Donaldson case. I pray justice for our family. At least hope that they get some kind of closure. Hopefully him talk and say, well, she done so or something. Because losing someone is one thing, but to be forever tormented by not knowing where they're at, your daughter is at, you don't know if him chop her up and feed her to crocodiles, alligators, you don't know if him cremate her. Those are one of the rumors that was out there, that he had links to a crematory, and the person who runs the crematory or runs the funeral home made his own video. I don't know why people calling up our name and our business name, because we don't even do cremation. Remember that? And somebody called in and said, SouFlo, I don't know why he's saying that, because go to the site of the business. It clearly says on front page that that is a service that they provide. And we went and pulled it up right here on live, and it clearly said it right there. So that person who was located en route where very much she could have been dropped off and been cremated, that person ain't even under no investigation. So all we can do right now, I pray for some justice for our family, right? And that's where we're going to leave it. Hate to leave you on these types of thoughts, but big up on yourself. Manners and respect to each and every one of you. Have a wonderful weekend. Stay close to people that love you and people that you love. Lift your vibrations up. Try to be positive. And remember, there's something that's called karma out there. All right? One love. Sooner or later, I'm out. Peace.